Now, we are going for the continuation of partnership. Minor cannot enter into contract of partnership. You cannot entertain a minor into a partnership. And when you want to earn, sorry, oh, sorry, I'm just forgetting. Yeah, I'm sorry. You cannot entertain a minor into a partnership. When you want to take a minor into partnership, it is you have to do at your risk. No partnership firm will take a minor into partnership. And in some cases, you'll come across this minor partner. Okay, when the minor is a wealthiest person, okay, taking into account the guardian of the minor, we can enter into a contract with a minor. That is, we can take a minor into partnership business, provided he must be a wealthy person. If he is a wealthy person, he can be in a position to pay some money to the partnership business, and partnership business, they can do their business. Here also, he must be safeguarded by a guardian. Mind it, he must be safeguarded by a guardian. And another thing is, when the partnership business, when it gets profit, then a share will go to the minor. But when the partnership incur losses, okay, partner the minor has no right to, or you cannot share the loss to a minor. That is the peculiarity that we come across when we go for a minor. Okay, as far as profit is concerned, you can give a share to the minor, but when the partnership business, when it incurs loss, you cannot give a share to the minor. Okay, this is the thing that we will come across when we go for a minor, in a minor as a partner. As a matter of fact, a minor cannot enter into a contract of partnership business. Next, minor can be agent. Okay, when you come across a minor, you can take him as an agent, because the agent, he will work on behalf of his principal. That is, there must be some person, and on his behalf of, he will act as an agent. And when we go for principal agent relationship, okay, don't be of that opinion that the agent will get a share of profit or any salary. The agent will get a commission. So anticipating the commission, you can take a minor as an agent. But when you come across any loss, he is nowhere responsible. His principal will be responsible. Minor can act as an agent, but he will not be liable to his principal for his acts. Okay, he is not liable to his principal for any of his acts. This is the thing that we have to keep in mind. Minor cannot bind parent or guardian. Yeah, that's the thing. See, when you are a minor, you cannot bind your parent or guardian to your liability. To the liability of the minor, he cannot bind the parent or the guardian. He is liable. Okay. Minor's parents or guardians are not responsible for the contract entered by him for supply of necessaries. Okay. Minor's parents or guardians are not responsible, mind it, for the contract entered by him for supply of necessaries. Next, next, liability for necessaries. Okay, when there is a necessary for the minor, when there is necessary for the minor, the court will come into picture. You have to provide the necessaries to that person. A minor is liable to pay out of his property for necessary supplies for the necessary supplied made to him. If he is not having any property, he is not liable. Yeah. Whenever any person, when they supply the necessaries for his sustainment, a minor is liable to pay out from his property. Suppose if he is not having any property, he is not liable. Necessaries include not only goods to maintain bare existence, but also services rendered to him like education and training, medical advice, legal advice, provision of funeral for deceased husband or minor, widow, and house giving to a minor on rent for purpose of living. All these are nothing but the necessaries. Necessaries include not only goods to maintain bare existence, but also services rendered to him like education, training, medical advice, legal advice, provision of funeral for deceased husband of minor, widow, and house giving to a minor on rent for purpose of living. So these things also they will be included in necessaries. Next, minor cannot be adjudged insolvent. You cannot make a minor as insolvent. That is the thing. He is liable for necessities and services rendered to him. Okay, already I told that. If he is having property, he is responsible. He is liable to pay for the necessaries and services rendered to him. Suppose if he is not having any property, he is not nowhere liable. So this is about the minor and the agreements with a minor. Now, persons of unsound mind, persons of unsound mind. That's why I told you already in the beginning. Lunatics. Section 12 states that some tests ought to be conducted regarding soundness of mind before entering into contract. A person is said to be sound minded when he is capable of understanding and form rational judgment. Okay, some tests will be entered in order to find out the capacity of the party or capacity of the person. A person is said to be sound minded when he is capable of understanding and form rational judgment. A person of sound mind, but occasionally of unsound mind, is not considered competent to make contract when he is of unsound mind. That is mental person. Already I told you about this. Okay, he will be of sound mind, but due to some circumstances and by sometimes he'll become unsound mind. When he is in unsound mind, you should not enter into a contract because that is not valid. Okay, he is capable of understanding and form. There's a person of sound mind, but occasionally of unsound mind, is not considered competent to make contract when he is of unsound mind. Next, person of unsound mind, but occasionally of sound mind, should not enter into a contract. Persons of unsound mind, but occasionally of sound mind, they also are not said to be capable of entering into a contract. Next, unsound-minded persons are drunkards, idiots, and lunatics. And lunatics. Okay, the difference I told you already in the beginning that the difference between lunatic and a mental person by birth and right from the birthplace when he is of disabled mind, we'll call that person as lunatic. Okay, after some time when he become unsound mind, that is when he is disturbed with some things. Okay, and he when he becomes mentally unbalanced, then we'll call that person as mental person, mentally retarded person. Okay, there is a lot of difference between a lunatic and a mentally retarded person. Yeah, persons disqualified from contracting by any other law. These are the persons. Okay, there are some persons who are declared incompetent to enter into a contract by any other law. Okay, so who are they? Alien enemy. You cannot enter into a contract with an alien enemy. Okay, for example, okay, when you take into account the India and Pakistan, okay, when there is peace atmosphere, you can give goods and you can take goods from those people. But once when the war is declared, automatically he will be treated as an enemy. Even though there is contract of goods, he will be treated as an enemy and you should not entertain any contract. That is alien enemy. Alien means the subject of a foreign state. Contracts with alien friends are valid, whereas contracts with alien enemy are void. Okay, alien friends. They are valid. But when you go for this, nowadays, when you take into account all the people that are against China, okay, automatically he became an allied enemy. And whatever it may be, the contracts that you are having with China, they are not said to be valid. They are said to be void. Previously, previously before this pandemic situation, they are friends. The Indian people and the Chinese people, they are friends, and they used to come and they used to stay in us, and we people will go to that place and we used to stay over there. But once when this pandemic situation came, and when people they came to understand that China is a responsible person for this pandemic situation, automatically the friend he will become an enemy. Now, whatever it may be, the contract that you are going to keep, okay, they are not said to be valid. Foreign sovereigns, their diplomatic staff and representatives of foreign state. Okay, every country will have a office. We'll call that office as power the main Rayabari Karyalayam, that is sovereigns. Foreign sovereigns, their diplomatic staff and representatives of foreign countries, foreign states. Okay, the above said persons have some privileges that cannot be sued unless their own submit to the court of law of ours. Okay, whenever they submit to the court of law, whenever they submit to the court of law on us, then only it is said to be valid. Otherwise, it is not said to be valid, it is void. Corporation. A corporation is an artificial person recognized by law. It exists only in the eyes of law. It is competent to enter into a contract only through its agents. When you go for a corporation, the peculiarity is, see the peculiarity. Corporation and company, they are one the same. You can call a corporation as a company and a company as a corporation. The thing is, okay, we do now differentiating that corporation and a company. I'm asking all of you one question. What is the difference between a corporation and a company? Okay, what is the difference between a company and a corporation? I want that. Okay, we are having life insurance corporation, general insurance corporation, municipal corporation, like that. And we are having companies. The difference is the company will have limited number of persons, even though the number of persons are large, but it is not that much. But when we go for a corporation, it will have unlimited number, infinite. It will have unlimited members, unlimited people. So that thing we'll call that thing as corporation, and here we'll call this thing as company. And we'll call here, up to yesterday, we people they used to call company, and as the word it is becoming old, people they want to polish that, and they used to call that thing as corporation. They used to call that a corporation. As a as a matter of fact, corporation and company, they are one the same. And when you go for other countries, they used to call corporations in a stylish manner. In a stylish manner, they used to call that as corporation. So when you go for this company or corporation, whatever it may be, according to our this thing, okay, it is a separate, it is an artificial person created by court of law. It is an artificial person created by court of law. It exists only in the eyes of law, and it is competent to enter into a contract through its agents, that is members. Okay, shareholders, board of directors, managing director, general manager, all these people are nothing but the agents of a company. And a company is nothing but an artificial person created by court of law. Okay. Next, insolvents. When you go for insolvents, okay, this thing also it is very peculiar among. In England people, they used to call this word insolvency, and the Indian word is bankruptcy. But we are the copycats. Mind it, we are the copycats. So what we will do is we'll copy that word. And there are so many words which we copied from those people. We copied from those people. Okay. Like thanks, please, excuse me, all these things. In the same manner, we copied this. Insolvent, who is not said to be solvent. We call him as an insolvent. Okay. Persons declared insolvent by court of law are said to be disqualified to enter into any contract directly or indirectly with other persons. Insolvent, when any person, when he is said to be insolvent, we should not enter into a contract with him, either directly or indirectly. He's said to be an insolvent, so you have to leave that person. But you should not encourage or you should not entertain any contract with that person. Next, convicts. Well, who are these? Convicts is a person undergoing imprisonment and imprisonment is incapable of entering into a contract. If he wants to enter, he has to enter with a license known as ticket of leave. Yeah. Convicts, the persons who are undergoing imprisonment, they are incapable of entering into a contract. And they can, if they want to enter into a contract, they have to take a permission. Okay, and it is known as ticket of leave. Then they have to take a license known as ticket of leave. Okay, after taking this ticket of leave only, they can be in a position to enter into a contract. Up to that extent, they are incapable of entering into a contract. Yeah. So with this, I'm going to finish off this. I'm finishing this, and tomorrow we are going for the other topic, that is consent. Consent. Okay. So with this, I'm closing, and tomorrow we are going for law as well as accounts. And okay, in 1 or 2 days, I'm going to take this costing also, because we left the costing long back. So I'm going to bring that to picture. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.